All right, let's start today's class. In the last class, we have learned about all the tools information. Today, I'm going to show you that how you can create a template. So, if you are a coordinator or in a leading position, so you have to create a template file for that project. Okay, so that template file will be a common template file for all the disciplines, like for that architectural, for the structural also, right? Because this is the single project file. So here we have this option. While choosing this new option, here you need to go with a default template file. So you remember that in the last class we have created this metric architectural template and imperial architectural template. So if you are working with imperial units, so you can go with imperial architectural template. If you are choosing this metric, so you will have metric unit, millimeter, centimeter, like that. And here you have to select this project template. Okay, you will be creating it as a project template. So now let's click on OK. And in the last class also, I have described that what is called template file. Okay, so within this architectural template, we got this elevation cameras, all right, some levels. Let me go to the north view, double click on this view, and you will get this view. And within this elevation view, you will see that these two levels, these are the default levels which are added right now. And as per the project, you need to define the level height and you need to add some more levels. And these are the floor plans. So all these view elements are controlled within this project browser. All right. So this is your properties palette. This shows all the properties, instance properties and type properties for each element of Revit. So either that can be your model element, your annotation element, or your view element. So every element's properties will be visible on this properties palette. Let's go to the view tab. Here within this view tab, we have this elevation. Okay. Suppose if you don't have this elevation, all right. Suppose if you don't have this elevation, so you can come to this view here and you can place a new elevation over there. Okay. So now what I'm doing, I'm deleting this. Okay. So this is for the west. This is named as west. So this view elevation will be deleted. This west will be deleted and that will be deleted from the project browser as well. So click on OK. And here you can see that we don't have west anymore. That west view is not available in the project browser. So if you have like that, so you can come to this elevation option and then place this elevation. Okay. So it doesn't matter that if you are properly aligning it or not, it doesn't matter. And after placing it, press escape twice or click on this modify option. And also you can press MD as a shortcut of this modify to sorry guys. Okay, so you can press either escape twice or you can just press MD as a shortcut of this modify, or you can click on this modify option to escape from the creation mode. All right, so let's press MD or escape twice. And after that, you see that this is the camera direction. This black arrow pointing towards the left direction. So this is not the right direction. So what I need to do is select this elevation. Okay, and there you need to uncheck this direction. All right. So if you're unchecking, then this view which was created has been deleted, and then you need to define this direction, and now this view is created. Okay, so this is the direction for your camera. So all the object placed here will be visible. Okay, now let's select this only, select this only. Okay, and you can see that this is the limit, this is the limit. It will only show up to this, and after this, if any object is placed, it will not be visible. So what you need to do, you need to drag it. Okay, you need to drag. All right, till here you need to drag. Then now this is the limit, and within this, if you place your object, it will be visible. Okay, and after that you need to rename it from this project browser. Right click and go for rename and give it waste. Enter, and your waste is created. And you can double click and you can switch to the elevation view. Okay, so this way you can add your uh, elevation cameras. Suppose if you need in any particular angle, so there also you can place it. Okay, so how you can rotate it? You select this circle or the elevation. All right, and here you have this rotate option. While selecting it, you don't have to go to this rotate. Here you will find out this rotate option, and after clicking and holding, then you just drag your mouse to the particular direction. Okay, and you will see like this. All right. So this is created, and after that, go to manage, and there you have this project unit, or UN is the shortcut. You can check the right units. Okay, so everything is set. I don't need to change anything. If you need, you can change. And we have this snap on, that is okay. And within this project or within this project template, we have all these properties like this view scale for this flow plan. So for this flow plan, we have this view scale, detail level, visibility, discipline, all these things are set here. Okay. And you know that this is the view control bar. All right. Here also you can see that right now the view scale is 1 is to 100. You can change it from here. The detail level is set to coarse. So here we have three detail level. One is coarse, another medium, another fine. So if you just need a outer layout, so then you can choose coarse. If you need to add some more uh, details of your object that will be visible, so then go with the medium and fine for all the details your object contains that will be visible with the fine. So you can go with the fine option, and then you can choose the visual style realistic. So then all the properties of your material and your object will be visible. So you can choose the realistic. All right. So right now we don't have any model component. So we can create some model components, but before that we have lots of tasks. So first we will do that. Uh, Now here you see that we have some parameter option also. This project parameter, this shared parameter, this global parameter option is there. Okay. So this this project parameter you can add to specific categories of elements in this project. Okay, and that can be used in schedules also. So when you have any object, you have some specific number of properties that are already created at the default condition. So if I am choosing this wall option, you see that these are the instance properties, and if I go to the edit type, these are the properties. These are the type properties. Okay. So if you need any extra properties for this wall, for all the walls, so you need to go with that project parameters, and you need to add the project parameter in the project parameter. Okay. See here we don't have like the brick standard. Suppose I need to add that. Okay. All right. So let's see how we can add that. Go to this manage and this project parameter. Okay. Let's go to modify, and here we need to set. Okay. Before setting that, before setting the parameter data, we need to choose the category. So that will be added for walls, right? Not the rooms. Let's uncheck this room. Only select that particular category. So wall, and within this wall, if you are adding for wall sweeps, so that you can choose. So I'm going to add for wall. So that is selected right now. And here, uh, make sure that nothing is no other options are selected. Only this wall option is selected. Then let's go for standard of bricks.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Sir, what is wall sweeps?
wall sweep. I will demonstrate. That is your skirting. That is used for the skirting.
Okay, okay, okay.
All right. So let's go for this. Here you see that values are aligned per group type, and values can vary by group instance. Okay. So you can choose the instance properties or the type properties. So every uh, parameter has these two type. One is instance, another is type properties. Okay. So what does this instance mean, and what does this type mean? So you have this category, right? This wall category. Within this wall category, we have so many kind of walls, like the basic walls are there, and within the basic walls, there are different varieties of walls are there. Mm, So each wall has its individual properties, like height. Height is the individual properties. Let me give you a very simple example with layman's language, that we all are human, right? We comes under the human category, right? So each and every human has its own properties. Suppose I have a certain height that doesn't match with another, or the skin color, or some abilities to running abilities. That is totally my individual properties, right? My individual parameters. So that defines me, correct? That is the instance properties. And if I talk about the type properties for the human, so like you have two ears, uh, two eyes, nose, and the bone structures are similar, and all the organs are placed at the location are similar for all the humans, and all the organs are same. So these are the type properties. If I change the type properties, so that will be affected for all the same category objects. Okay, so that is the differentiation between instance properties and type properties. So right now what I need, I will be apply for type, because the standard of bricks will be applicable for all the walls. So standard of bricks I will choose, and where I need to place under the group. So what kind of parameter it will be? So it will be other, or what kind of, here we have all these kind of list. Okay, so you have to choose from here. So you can go with the structural, or just a text, or like this. You have all these kind of things. So it's identity data, it's set to identity data right now. So it's like the identity of that wall. So I can go with that also, or else I can go with other, or I can go with this text option for this uh, standard of bricks. Okay, and the text parameter is text. Okay, and let's go for click on OK. All right, so we have this standard of bricks. I think I have modified the previous one. So I need to add that. I needed to add. So let me remove it. Okay, so I'll go with the add option. Don't go with that modify. Sorry, I had done a mistake. Uh, Here you choose the type or instance, go with the type. And this is going to be the project parameter. I will also describe what is called shared parameter. Now you need to define the category. So wall is the category, and then give it a name, standard of bricks. And this is for all the discipline, not for any particular. So let's go with the common, and what kind of parameter it is. This is a text parameter, or here if you have any particular like a material. Okay, but you will not be applying any material over there. So it is like identity data. Okay, so let's go with, and if you choose this type parameter, let me show you what will uh, happen. Okay, if I choose this type parameter material, what will happen, and I will again modify it. Okay, so let's click on OK. So that is the thing, and click on OK. Now if I go to this edit type, and that is a type parameter, right? So within this identity data, you see that this standard of brick is added right now. And here, if you go, you will see this material browser list. So from this material browser, you can apply. But this is not the right option. I don't need to apply the material. I need to just specify. So again, go to this project parameter and then go for the modify. And now you see that this is kind of locked. All right. So here, see this wall is there. Okay. Now let me cancel it, and go to this edit type here. So right now nothing is selected. Okay. Let's go to the project parameter here. And if you go for this modify, you see that this type of parameter is locked. It is locked right now. You can just only change the group where it will be listed. So you need to remove it, and you need to add it again. All right. So let's go with this type over there, and then choose the walls, and then give the type of parameter. It will be text, so that you can add text, you can write. Now it will be under the identity data or just normal text so that you can define. All right. So let's go with that identity data, and that will be standard. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, yes, sir,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Yeah. Sorry for the network issue. Okay. Uh, Let me share the screen. All right. So what I was talking that the type of parameter you set to text so that each and every member can write their own text as a standard of bricks, and it will be under of this identity data. And let's click on OK, and that is set, and click on OK. And if you go to this edit type, and here you see this is as standard of bricks, and here you can write like first class bricks and press enter. Okay, so that is added, and you can click on apply. All right, so this will be listed in the schedule. It can be included in the schedule. All right, so this way you can add some parameter. All right, if it is not available in your Revit element, so you can add project parameter. All right, now let me show you that how you can organize your project browser. Okay, so we have this views, and let's right click and go to this browser organization, and we have all these views, sheets and schedules. So for sheets you can organize, for schedules you can organize, and for these views you can organize. Okay, so here you see that right now it is organized by all the elements, and this is the tree option. For this view you expand the tree with this option. If it is plus, so that means it is collapsed, the tree is collapsed, and when it's minus, that means the tree is opened or the expanded. And you can see all the elements, okay, all the types that is listed here. So these are the views, and we have this schedules and sheets are there. So this schedules and the sheets are not added here right now, nothing is added. So let's organize all these views. So you can go for this view, place your mouse, right click, and go to the browser organization. Or else you can come to this view tab. Here you have this user interface, and the bottom of this user interface you have this browser organization, and you have the same window. Okay, Now here we have some options. Let me show you these first. So right now these are organized by all the views. You can go with discipline. So discipline wise, these will be organized. So let me show you that. Click on discipline and click on new. And so sorry, not new. After clicking discipline, let's click on apply and OK. And here you see that the architectural view, this architectural discipline is there. After the view, there is architectural discipline, and within this architectural discipline you have this floor plans. These are there. Okay, now this level 1 is selected here, and here you can see that this floor plan has the instance property of this discipline. All right, so here you see this is set to architectural. You can choose this structural also. So it will be added to the structure. So I don't want this to move for the structure, but I want another level 1 that will be added in the structural discipline. So for that, what I can do, I can go with this duplicate view. Okay, so I have these three options: duplicate, duplicate with detailing, duplicate as dependent. So if you go with the duplicate, so it will duplicate all the model elements. And if you go with the duplicate with detailing, so it will duplicate with model element and annotation elements. It will duplicate all the model element and annotation elements. And if you create duplicate at as dependent, so it will be the part of this view. Let me show you. If I choose this duplicate, so it will create a separate view by duplicating all the model elements. So right now, let me just place one wall and let me go with annotation. I can go with the annotate here and I have this aligned. So from this to this, let me place one annotation, escape twice. And if I go with the duplicate, and here you see that level 1 copy 1 is there, but here I don't have that annotation, right? Okay, level copy 1. Now let me go with this level 1 again and right click and let's go for the duplicate with detailing. And here you see that level 1 copy 1 is created. It adds the annotation element. It duplicates with that annotation element. And now let me choose this and duplicate as dependent. Here you can see that it is dependent with this level 1. All right, these are the separate, and this is this level 1, this is connected. Okay, so you can choose this level 1 to copy as a dependent when you need uh, a detailed view of that whole plan. Suppose of that whole plan, you need to separate your kitchen view, you need to separate your bedroom for the detailing. So for that you can choose that dependent. Okay, duplicate with dependent, so that you can understand that these are the part of level 1 or the ground floor. This is ground floor. So this way you can add. Okay, and here we have this crop region. After that, here we have this crop region. Suppose this much of portion you want to add only. Okay, and here you see this is the annotation crop. Okay, so this is annotation crop, so you can add your annotation also. Here you can see this is the annotation crop. If I uncheck this annotation crop, okay. So let me add this annotation later. Okay, and I don't need that annotation crop right now. So this much portion will be visible only, suppose. All right, so that I have done. And after that, I don't need to make this region visible. So here I will make this uncheck. So this region is not visible, but it is cropped. Okay, so here you can see this is the crop view. If you uncheck this crop view, so you will have the whole view. If you check this crop view, so you will get that cropped view. Okay, and if you need to change again, so you can make this crop region visible so that you get the border and you can change with the grip points. Okay, so this is the original view and this is the cropped view you have created. Okay, and this is duplicated with a detailing and this is duplicated only with the model element. All right, so this is the level one, and here you can see that this is the original view. And if I come to this flow plan, and here if I go the crop view, and let's add this crop region visible, and here you can see that we have this dependent over there. One dependent view is visible. Okay, so here also you can go with this, like this part will be visible, and as it is uh, connected with this level one, the dependent view is connected with that level one. So when you on this crop region, so that dependent crop region is also visible right now. So let me uncheck that, and here I have this level one. Okay, so right now I have this level one, and this is the level one dependent, and this is the level one uh, duplicated with detailing, and this is the duplicate one with model element only. So this way you can uh, add some. Now let me just go to this level one here, and let me uncheck this crop view. Okay, and here let me delete this. I don't need right now that, and let me delete this. Okay, and for this, let me change the discipline. Okay, so here you have this discipline. Let me just change it to structural. Okay, so here you can see this is the structural. It is added within this structural here. Okay, and right now let me go with the zoom to fit. Okay, so I think I need to add all the elevations again for this level copy one. For this level copy one, I need to add all the elevations, or the elevation cameras you need to add. So that probably you can add from the view tab, and this is the elevation. Click on here and you can place it, and here you can see that is added within this structural. For this structural, this is added. Okay, as because you are creating this for the separate discipline, so you can add more also. Now let me just select this, and let me check here, and let me uncheck here. Okay, like that. Let's go for the another elevation, this one here. Let's place this one here. And now let's place this one here. Okay. Now let me select this, check here, uncheck this side, check here, uncheck this side, and now it's done. And here you can see that all these elevation 1A, 1B, these are added. Just you need to rename it. Select and rename. From here, rename. Okay. So make sure you know which one is the like elevation one. Okay, so this is elevation one, or else you can just sorry, not this. Just a second. Select this elevation and uncheck this. I don't need that. Here you need to double click. Then this elevation will be opened. All right. So then this elevation, no such levels is created. So this is totally a new view. You need to create your level as well. So this elevation 1A is there. So you need to rename it. So name it East, enter. So for this structural, we need to name it East structural. Like that. Can add. Okay. So that is added. Here you can see these are added. All right. So this is elevation 2C that will be renamed as West. This one will be named as North, and this one will be named as South. Okay. So within this flow plan, you can go to this visibility graphics. You can check that these all are added. These all will be visible. So this is the visibility graphics override window. From here, you can control what will be visible, how it will be visible, and what will be the object style that will be visible. So here we have this control for all the model categories, for the annotation categories, suppose for the datum elements. The level, okay, so for the level you can uh, change the line style, or you can add half tone. All right, so this you can add, and for these elevations also can go for it. And anything else? No. So let's go to the model categories, and we have applied the uh, here we haven't placed anything. Okay, so I need to place some objects so that I can make that visible. Uh, so let's go to the wall. Okay, so let me check this visibility graphics over there. And here these walls are added. Okay, and I need to check the view range if it is set properly. Okay, so the view range is set properly. Click on applying, and okay. Let me check architectural. So as because I have added the architectural component, so right now that is visible here. But as I have mentioned the the structural, okay, so the architectural elements are not visible that you can see. So let me again go to that discipline structural, and here you can see that the walls are not visible. So these are the architectural element. Now if I go for this structural and let me place some columns over there. Okay, and this will be height. Okay, so it will be placed at level 1. Sorry, the height will be level 2. Okay, and here you can see that this structural element is visible. So this is particularly discipline wise. All right. So all the elements which comes under the structural discipline will be visible. So this way you can organize, all right, all the views you can organize. So within this flow plan, all the structural element will be visible, and within this, all the elements will be visible. All right. So let's organize this. Now let me just uh, remove it from the structure. Let's go with the architecture. Now let me go for delete. All right. So we have all this. Now let me remove all this from the structural. Let me go for delete. Let me go for delete. All right. Now these are organized by discipline within the architectural plan, architectural discipline. These all are included. And when you define in another discipline, so those are added in that discipline. So these views are organized as per the discipline. You can go for this browser organization again, and there you have this type or discipline also. You can select apply and OK. And here you can see that all the flow plan types are organized, all the ceiling plan types are organized, all the elevation views are organized, and they are organized as per the uh, discipline. So all the elevation will be organized within this elevation type, and after that they will be organized as per the architectural discipline. Okay, so now if you change anything like for the north, you change it to structural, so this will be added. So here you can see that within this elevation, two disciplines are there. One is architectural and another is structural. And within that, all these views are organized. So this way you can have an organized project browser, because when you create uh, when you create your project, there are so many objects and so many views can be created. So you need to organize your project browser, because this will help you uh, to showcase and to go to that particular view in a right manner. So you need to organize your project browser. Now let me show you that how you can create your own uh, type here, okay, to organize. So for that you go with the new option. All right, so here you need to define what will be the type. All right, suppose you need to go with this type, then discipline, then uh, the modular name, who has created something. Some views are created by some particular modeler, the particular team member. So you can go with that team member name also. Okay, so here you can define the modular name. But before that, you must have a uh, project parameter, right? So that is a you need to have a project parameter. So here you give a modular name, or designed by. Here you can go with the designed by option. And is that a type parameter or instance? Okay, so it's instance because it will vary. And discipline is common. You can make it specific also. And what kind of parameter it is? It is going to be the text parameter. Okay, values are aligned per group type. Values can vary by group instance. We need to set this. And group parameter under text or other can define it, right? And you need to define the category. So this will be for our views, right? So we need to check this views, then click on OK, and that is added. Here you can go the a value, you can set a value, but that's not needed. We can define values later. So click on OK. So that is added. If you go to any view, level 1 is there. So go to other. Yeah. So here you can see that it is set to design by. All right. So now let's go the browser order. So before creating this, let me show you this type or discipline here. Go to edit, and here you can see that this is first family and type, then discipline. So this way we need to add. All right. So let's go with the new option. Here you need to go with type, then discipline, like that. Then the modular, and click on OK. Okay, so we cannot add this one. So let's go with that slash. All right. And now we are not filtering anything. We will be sorting. So first they will be sorted as per the family and type. Then they will be sorted by discipline. So these project parameters are created already. And then by the modular name, the designed by. Yeah, so this designed by is there. And then click on OK. And you need to select this, click on apply and OK. And you will see this 3 question mark, because no design by option is specified right now, right? So design by, suppose you can see that one pin scheme is created, right? And for these two, you can do it again, and here you can define another name, and here it is created. So here you can see that within this architectural discipline, we have these designers or the modelers who have created these views. Okay, so this way you can organize the project browser. All right, and then within this all the view, you need to set a view template. So you already know what is called view template. Before that, let me go to the project browser. Let me choose all, click on OK, and that is set. All right. And after that, you need to set all this view scale, this display model, this detail level, all these things, you need to set it as a template file so that within all the views, you don't have to change it one by one manually. You don't have to do that. You will change it one time and you will set it as a template. So that is what the meaning of template, that you define all the settings within that template. So you will be just selecting that template or specifying that template, and you will get that get all the settings. Okay. So we have this things here from properties palette. We have all these instance properties. Here you change like what will be the view scale, what will be the display model type. Okay. So it's like a detail level. All right. So here we have this half tone and do not display option is there. So you can have this half tone, but here we are not making those half tone, right? So I will describe what are these half tone options. So for that we have this underlay option is there. So there we will apply half tone, and when we apply half tone, we will know later. And now you see that we have all these view option is there, and these option you can get it from the view control bar also. View scale, the detail level, the visual style, the sun path, the shadows will be there or not. Okay, and here also you can specify the discipline also, and here you can see that show hidden lines. So if there are any hidden lines, so that will be visible as per the discipline, or you can go with all. So all the elements, either that is structural or that is anything else, that will be visible, so that you can make it also. And here you have this discipline option is available, and the color scheme will apply later when we'll add the room names and the room tags and the room areas. So for that specific room areas we will apply color scheme. All right, so after setting all these things, after setting all these view properties, we will apply view template. So here you see under this identity data, we have this view template set as none. Right now, no view template is selected. So we can come to this view, and here we have this view template, and you can go to this manage view template, or you can go with create template from current view. So you can create a template from this current view. So with this settings, you can create a new template file. So for that, you can choose this create template from current view. All right. So if you click here, so you have to provide a name, and with that name and with this settings, just now we have changed with the settings, one view template will be created. Now let me go with this manage view template, and here you see that we have these much of templates already created. Okay, so you can filter it discipline wise. So all the architectural you will be choosing, and for 3D views, for ceiling plan, for elevation, you can go for it. And with this view type also, you can create a new with the duplicate also, you can create with the duplicate. So the existing one will be duplicated, and you will have those parameters. Just you have to change the parameters or the view properties. Okay, so here you can create, you can go with the duplicate and you can change. So right now we have this architecture plan, assume that I have created, and here I just need to define all the view properties, that is view scale. So here I can go with the 1:200. All right, and the display model, the detail level. So the detail level is set to coarse. So what I'll do, for the detail level, I will not include in this view template. So this detail level will have the freedom. I can change. So let's click on OK. So architectural plan is I have created, I have modified. Then within this flow plan, I will come to this identity data, and within this view template, I can choose this none, and I can change it to architectural plan. And here you can see this is unchecked. The detail level is unchecked. So I can do it from here, or else I can come to this and apply template properties to current view. So which template you need to select, just select that and click on OK, or apply properties, and you can check, and you can click OK after finalizing it. Okay, so that is set, and here you can see that this is set to 1:200, right? The view template, just a second. So from here, go with the view template, architectural plan, click on OK. So right now you see that this 1:200 is set. Okay, and previously I had the option to change, but right now you can see all these are grayed out, as because the this is defined by the template. So if you need to change anything, go to that template again. From here also you can go to the manage view templates, or from here also you can go to that and from there you can change it. And now you see that detail level course is unchecked, so that is not added. So from here I can sorry, this is the detail level, and from here I can change it. But for other options I cannot change, that is set as per the template. Okay, so that is the thing you need to set. You need to define as per the template, and then you can go to another view. Okay, so make sure these not included, just delete them, don't need. And here you can create another. So right now I'm not creating. So here you can see that for this level 2, I'm right now having this 1:100 scale. The detail level is set to coarse, the visual style is set to hidden. So I don't have to change it one by one. What I can do, I can go to this view template, click here, and just select the right template, and here you can see everything is applied. Okay, so you can go with the this detail level is unchecked, so you can just only change this. But for these you need to go to that view template here, and you need to change it. Okay, so here we have all these things to apply. You can mention the designed by, who is designed, so that will be set as per the template. Okay, uh, so here can go with the model display, and what will be the visual style, so that will be realistic. You can apply and click on OK, apply and OK, and here you can see this is changed to visual style. So you can set your view template, so you don't have to change it all the time one by one, and you will have the right view, and you can start working. Okay, so this way we will create a project template. So we'll be saving this as a template file. So let's go for save. And here you can see that we are saving it as template file. We cannot change it to like project file. So it will be saved as template file only. And you have to save it, give it a name. And now just focus here about the option. So here the maximum backup will be created 20 as the default condition. You have to give it 1, because that much of backup is not needed. Only one backup is enough. If you need more, like 3 or 5, that you can give. And here you can see that thumbnail preview. I hope you all know about the thumbnail preview. What is what will be the preview? So that is set to active viewer sheet. So I hope you all remember that within the recent file list, we can see some view for the files. Those are the thumbnail preview. And what will be the preview? That is the active viewer sheet. So while saving the file, what is the current view? That will be visible only. Fine. So now give it a name and you save it as a template file. So you need to create a template file, and that template file used by the structural team, also by all the team members. So this will be the template file. Okay, and that is all. Thank you for today.